Good evening, Salot Ina Edlarot. Say hi, say what's up. Got a bit of bad news for you guys. But anyways, we'll get to it in a bit. Doon zinege si Willis Janvier Hushin Telas Tuazi. A large Saskatchewan, Clearwater River Dene Nation band member the Isluand Doon zinege Treaty 4 territorials in Orhun Tati Danadli. Good evening. Good evening, Alan. Bingo man. Bingo. Check out TikTok, Alan. I don't know his handle, but you can check it out. Logan Campbell. Good evening, Salotina. Everywhere. Yes, everywhere. Doing Zinnik. For whatever reason, I had a guess, but 10 minutes before. Okay. So I've got nobody tonight. I apologize to everybody, and so Sharon Yazzie, hello. If anybody would like to join me, I'm just going to talk about Gabi. Gabi, I am going to be 1 o'clock. I've got Ron Desjardins. I'm going to check my email here. And I think we're just going to have a discussion. Ron reached out. Gabi Dana usnil ide heni. And then Zindize ho ade. I we will chat. So Gabi 1 o'clock, I'll be talking about mental health base. But doon zinig edla yani Angel Angelkins Kristen. Cool. Mussy. Thank you. Send me a link. You can just join. There, go on your thing. Just enter. You copy that? But hey Ali Lynn. Doon zinig Williams Lake, they had a press conference. We honestly, they found more. I think the number is 93. I don't think exactly sure what the unless they dig it up. So some more devastating news there. About the residential school. Eight at the orange shirt. Good day, Jamie. Hello. Excuse me. Good evening, Jenny Nicole from Larange. Welcome. Alana McDonald. Hello. I watched it. Yeah, Thani, I think there was like a few hour news gaborit. Yeah. I was watching Facebook share al yai, and yas and but you can just tell, then the still feeling it, and here we'll have this discussion, okay? I've been at Durban is doing zinige. Kyle Napier, yeah, Atlantic Kyle. Hello. You want to join me? I'll send you a link. Dirk Ani Durbagan Yastini or Bananis there, the truckers, Ottawa's and head delu. Ku, Denu and now Hunisiga not date, it's always a big issue. Could doing it or you just, you guys see it? Danu, no need, okay. See again, like he delde, okay, then we get backlash, Could dinner, it's always two-sided. So keep up, just like the what's it within pipeline and not Dene, you know. I don't like to honestly because I've worked in the oil and gas industry, kung CLI now, and but Dene Dalia, I've learned that the Daryl Nastani, what's it within Dene Dali, where it's a Sahal Hoti, you know, the what's it within people, Dene Dali, what's it within, it makes sense, huh? Pretty cool. But I'm gonna bring Nathan Arias in here real quick.
Don't say, bro.
Dante, how is it?
I'm with Edney, Edna and Roberta. I'm just trying to fix this camera here. Anyway, I'm with Edna and Roberta right now, and they're starting their podcast.
Yeah. How is it coming along?
Their internet sucks. Their internet sucks, even though we're in the city. It's worse than my Respi right now.
Really?
They're switching over, so I know. So it's just like if any of you guys want to learn Cree, go check out Cree Lingo, and it's actually a channel that me and Willis started. Oh. We gave it to the ladies to start them off. There'll be 3 of them. Anyway, were you going to talk about mental health tonight?
No, not tonight.
What's the subject? Daughter keeps going.
Well, I had a guest was supposed to be here, but
I know. I just seen your Snapchat.
That's private.
Check out the new gear, everyone.
Yeah.
The new sweaters, new IOPS.
Sporting one of them. Pretty
soon. I got one for you. I can't sing like Mr. Leonard Adam, but you guys got to stay tuned for. I don't know if Willis, if you talked about it on here, that me and Willis are actually going to be hosting. Me and Willis got a lot of big plans. Things are going to happen. They're going to be starting seeing our faces everywhere, and a lot of new shows. Like we're going to be doing hockey games. We're going to be doing a lot of sporting events. We're going to get into conferences. Like we really want to broadcast a lot of Indigenous events. And we, at the same time, we want to commentate like this. Like you might be seeing us. Hopefully, we're putting it out to the universe that we're sitting at a conference where we're commentating on the side, but the conference is still just doing its thing. Still, whatever they do at conferences, like guest speakers, but we're on the side, maybe in another room, broadcasting and talking about it, talking with people that are attending, maybe talking with the MCs, talking with the workers up there. So, hey?
Yeah, for sure. Hopefully we'll hear back this evening. I know there's some people that would like the Lalash hockey tournament to be on the internet so people can watch everywhere, and hopefully we'll hear back on Thursday and see what they say.
Yeah, big things are coming, and that's why we've pushed, like for sure. Myself and Willis have pushed more Indigenous people to start podcasting. I'm gonna show you guys these ladies right now.
We are live streamers, pretty much. Podcasting and live streamers.
I want you guys. I want Willis's podcast.
Hi.
Hi.
So this is hold on.
Roberta.
This is Roberta.
Oh wow! You even brought them equipment.
Yeah. And this is Edna.
That's it.
these ladies with your other sister Melissa
Not here.
will be
You
There
even
you go.
gave him the Shure SM7B.
look
Dance.
at look at they even have shirts.
There you go. Representing.
Wow. Deadly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
So
they got
what
Getting our set here.
okay, Nathan, just hold the mic on, I mean the camera on them. I will chat with them. What is going to be your first podcast?
Introduction to
Yeah.
she's joining us, so we're gonna introduce her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tomorrow we'll probably do like a test run. Get things situated.
Nice. Are you excited to just talk Cree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What's a Cree word we can learn here right now?
I swear.
I swear. You
No.
want to start there?
No.
No, just kidding. Takayo, it's cold.
Takayao?
Takayo.
Takayao. Takayao.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Say Tagayo, Watege. Like very cold.
We say edza.
Etza.
It's cold, yeah. Edza.
Etza.
Nice.
Cold.
Takayo. Etza.
Bit Aussie edza. It's cold outside.
Etza. Well, how do you say it again?
so
It's
No, the other one. Outside.
outside.
Bit Aussie.
Itasi.
Bit Aussie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit Aussie. Bit
Itasi.
Aussie.
Tagayo, what is to make? Cold outside.
Itasi. Itza. Itasi.
Do you
Yeah.
plan on like making something like a not a curriculum but a program, I guess, where you're going to be teaching Cree, Cree speaking Cree learners?
Yeah, we're gonna be interchanging from Cree to English in our daily lives. So we're just gonna blog and then do our podcast as well.
Oh,
it'll be
nice.
like your podcast. It's just them talking and but in Cree language.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Nezu. Good job. And you've already got a good following. I've been watching you go live. I know you and your sister have been talking, telling some dirty stories too.
That's her.
And, yeah,
She likes hearing that one.
it's all good though. It's,
Not any better.
people get to hear the language too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Gonna
that's
be
good.
cool.
Well, good for you, ladies. I hope you stick it out and keep putting out more content.
Oh yeah, we will. For sure. Thank you.
Merci.
Merci.
There's the
Yeah.
camera guy there. I don't think he
Winner.
liked getting told just to hold the camera.
Hey, what's that?
I said, I don't think he likes getting told just to hold the camera.
No, I'm really happy that there's going to be a Cree podcast because I've been wanting one. I've been wanting a Cree podcast for the longest time.
Yeah.
Asked a lot of Cree speakers, and it's hard for someone just to come out. A lot of people are not like outgoing like you and I, and even the ones that are outgoing, they get shy in front of the camera. So it takes a lot. So big shout out to these ladies for doing that, and anyone else out there, never be afraid to fire up a podcast. All you need is a cell phone, literally, to get her going, and or an iPad or laptop, whatever. But we really encourage everyone to just you don't want to have the only one Dene Yati podcast. You want to hear other people speaking Dene as well, and we want to hear other people's. Like I'm hoping these ladies inspire many other Cree speakers to start their own podcast. So yeah, I don't know. That's just my thought. And it's a year of the indigenous language, or a decade of the indigenous language.
The
I
what?
don't
Sorry?
know. I think it's like the decade or the year or something like that.
Oh, okay.
The
Well, I mean, the Cree language has 5 dialects, so there could be a podcast in every dialect.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, these ladies are TH. I'm Y, and they said some Y. They're gonna throw some Y in there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta let you guys go. Willis, have a good night, and you gotta exit me out of here. I don't
Okay.
want to enter live. You guys have a good night, XA. I'll see you next time.
Ecco se. Huh. Do. There we go. So, when is Mr. Leonard Adam? No Leonard Adam here tonight. I had to edit that out. So I apologize. You know, Leonard has joined me a few times, but he forgot. So he thought it was tomorrow night. And, you know, that's why you always got to improvise, and this has happened before. Now Tota. And so Leonard Alana is at the Basca Winter Road, Henyondi, you know. So I figured, thank you, Ayid. And now, Lina, I know there's some Cree people that watch too, so good evening, Marina. Ayid, the Cree people have their own podcast. So go check out Cree Lingo. Ayid, page create a So we gave it to them because Altane is established now. And hey, they page it was just something big, and we go live these events, So it's good. I hope I see Gani Nathan you going I see can start a podcast, then around Janade, and be in front of everybody. What's it? Diane, Atlantic, and Nezu. Good evening. So I do apologize. Leonard apologize. So we'll put him further on, And but for tonight, just gonna continue Gani Bagayastini the Williams Lake Residential School. Sumusakut Anadol Anisi. Chat about that a bit. And good evening, Roxanne. Setsu. Nabara Lyole, yes, Masinetio. Dene, I always YouTube gig Ani. I was just before this, I was like, oh man, like what am I gonna do tonight? I've got, I've already put this has happened. I mean, of course I get frustrated. I mean, it frustrates me for sure. There's no doubt. But and then I was I put on YouTube because I got this idea from Marmar Gaming. Dene Sutline Dahi Ade YouTube. Hunt other videos both in la, Dene Dene Dintao. Because I would always like to learn more, And Nahin Dene Nether they left numbers and Bahalya Tiha. I'm gonna share this Dene separation story because Kanta reached out to me the other day. What's the story? Dene, I've shared this before. It's the tut in a nation Calgary not de this is the Dene. It's about 2 minutes 43 seconds long. You know. Don't you see? I want to share that the both Aussie, Dene iha. And then we get to have a conversation about it. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's on YouTube. So we'll watch this together. It's pretty cool. I've showed this before. Don't uya Dene Dela maybe, because then I held I've got some interviews and that are recorded that nobody has seen, Thai Dene, for one from Navajo Thai, Northwest Territories, way Delene, and Ninte Las Tuazi. You'll get to see it in the future, but this conversation, who went south, who went north, where did we come from? Maybe this one, it'll give shed some light on some of it. So check it out. It's pretty cool.
The separation story takes place a long time ago, and this is when all the Sutena were still one tribe.
It was a continuous parade of Sutton crossing that same path.
We were coming from north, coming this way.
They came across this big, huge lake they had to cross to get by.
But the more the people crossed, the ice that they were walking on was getting soft. There was a woman. She was carrying her small child on her back. There was like a horn of a deer or something sticking out of the ground, out of the ice. And this child seen it, and he wanted his mom to pick it up.
So he kept on crying to his mom, "Can you please get me this horn? I need the horn. I want the horn." He started crying.
And his mother kind of didn't want to. He wanted to get going. But knowing this child here, he got his way no matter what.
It broke. The ice broke and a lot of them drowned.
And arose a huge dragon that separated everyone.
For us, Tsut-Ina, this is where we ended up. It's how it is today. It's how we got separated.
So I've got my essay written.
So Adlanothen, a separation story. I'm gonna show another one too. I always like this one. They're this turtle story. They're from the Navajo Nation. You know, it's a bit of an old one, 2011, let's see. But Danusal Hodia, it's in a nation, it's hot in a Dalina from Beaver people, so they come from a Tenanots and Beaver people. Kondusal Hodi. That's what I've learned. You know, maybe die. Yeah, that want to share with me. Say, hey, send me a link, you know, and I'll join you. But you know, Bonnery, I can see about bringing Dene because no dint aju, and then you're just adding to your dying your spirit. You're just feeding it. Because even though, you know, they're 6 hours away from me, Calgary, you know, they're relatives. You know, salot in Italy, na Torin Gozi. Salot in it, you know, relatives, you know, Torin Gozi. Dene hit in it. Oh, hey, Dene, you know, Logani Yasi. Dene Vegulia, Dene Yaneltiela. And that's that bond you share together, you know, so it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But, Dre, I want to show another video. This one's has anybody seen this one? Glaya Iolo. Anybody? But I'll play it. It's pretty cool.
Segments. There's 4 that go down the sides here, which make 8. 5 down the center make the 13. So during the year, the moon, it goes around the earth 13 times. And these 13 moons, they travel through 4 seasons. And during that same time, the sun will go through 4 celestial events. Winter solstice, summer solstice, spring equinox, and fall equinox. So 13 times 4 is 52. It's the number of weeks in a year. So turtle, they consider the keeper of time.
Oh,
yeah. And everything in this world, it oscillates. Everything goes from the summertime to the winter time, from the spring to the fall. So everything oscillates within that balance. And they say even that if you look at the color spectrum, on one side you have the red, and on the other side you have the blue. And for the Native Americans, they say that the animals were created, and after the animals are created, they sinned greatly, is what the natives say, and this world was destroyed. For the Navajo people, they blame Coyote for the destruction of the world by the flood, because they said if you look up in these mountains, you'll find animals fossilized in the rock. And they believe that like fish and stuff like that, even giant whales, they found out in the rocks in Nevada. So they say that Coyote did this. He tricks the water monsters' children, and he took all these creatures and had them go into places where they didn't belong, and they died, and they were stuck in the rocks. Yeah. So they said in anger for that, the water monster, she destroyed the world in a great flood. So after the world was destroyed, the turtle, she went around the world and gathered up all these survivors. And on the back of her shell, they held council. They had an idea of rebuilding the earth and knew that the only water, the only soil that existed now was at the bottom of the great flood. So they all took their turns trying to dive into that water, trying to swim to the bottom and retrieve soil. After all took their turn, they believed that they would all grab a handful of soil, bring it up, and rebuild the earth. But they said that everyone failed except for Muskrat. He's the only one that brought up a small handful of soil. So unable to find a place to plant that seed of earth, they smeared the mud on the back of turtle shell and began to grow. It grows so large it splits the waters from the east to the west, the north to the south. The great expanse of land that grew, the animals came up on there and prospered. And eventually the land, it was covered with animals again. First man and first woman were created and put on the back of this turtle, and they too grew and prospered and covered the land with people. So you have the Inuit all the way in the Arctic to the Inca down in South America, from the Cherokee, Iroquois and such on the east coast to the Chumash, Haida, Bella Bella on the west coast. Now they say that if you look at man, they say man was made, but he had a hole in him, and all these animals gave him his knowledge, and he gained the animals' trust. But they said that he would never be satisfied because of that hole that was in him. So they said that he lives in a duality too. They seen man having a duality in that he had a great capacity for love and compassion, and he also had had a bad streak in him. And it was war. For war.
Yeah.
So part of their temple was blue for peace and prosperity, and that was Quetzalcoatl who brought them peace and prosperity, and the other one was war. So that red and blue was predominant, just like that coloration from the oscillation. This even came into the United States, where that you see the red and the blue. It's found in the Cherokee. Now the Cherokee people, not wanting to have an all-out bloody war and have a civil war and kill their own people, they made it into a game called Little Brother of War. So the Little Brother of War, and they say that this had the same skills a warrior needed without the bloody battle and the loss of life.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So they said that this eventually became the game of lacrosse. Now out of that civil war, that bloody war, came a confederacy. Seneca, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, and Mohawk, they were caught in that senseless and bloody war. After hearing the words of a holy man, they united into a confederacy, and they say that confederacy worked so well. 5 states were established, each having their own elected officials, their own government, and they say that was established anywhere from 1450 to 1525.
Where's that book? Have you got that book?
Yeah, no, I don't have it for sale. It's
Well,
just,
look for it. I'd like to look for it.
now they say the founding fathers, they liked this system so well, they utilized ideas from it to unite the 13 colonies into the United States. Now the natives said the small handful of people has come to the back of the turtle, just like that small handful of mud brought up from the great flood. Now put on the back of this turtle, anything that was put on the back of this land grew and prospered. So the small handful of people, they called them the people of the 13 fires. They said they would soon grow into a great nation and cover the turtle's back. Yeah, so they were amazed that they numbered as the moons in the 1 year. They numbered as the segments on turtles' back. Now, if you see all this time, we had all these different political parties, but now the 2 top ranked parties are red and blue, the Republicans and the Democrats. Yeah.
Oh, so much symbolism.
Yeah, exactly.
We're from an area called Turtle Mountain, so we're pretty interested in
there you
turtles.
go. Yeah. So that story was told to me by an Ojibwe, and his people have been tracking that turtle story, and they've been passing down from generation to generation. And he says the elders are amazed to see all these different things, because the Native Americans have prophecies. Like even the Navajos have a prophecy, because we're not Navajo in our language, we're Dene. And Dene means the people.
Yes.
And we're related to the northern Athabascans.
To the Dene in the north.
So the people had a prophecy that goes back hundreds of years. We came down here 600 to 1,000 years ago, and they say at one time in history our people will unite with the natives up north, and we'll be one people. And that's towards the end of the world, is what they say. Towards the end of the 5th world we're in now. And they say in 2003 the Tissane people were losing their language and culture to the modern times. The internet had come. All this hip hop and everything was taking the kids away from their culture. So the Navajos had instigated their school and everything back in their culture back in their schools, and had the last hour to half an hour of school dedicated to their culture and bringing the elders in and such. So they took that program up to the natives in the north, and they began to implement it. And after its success, the natives, the Navajo and the Apache are the same people. They're from the Dene tribes. They were invited back to Alberta to the summit, and they signed a proclamation that united all the Dene people back together again. So now we're all one.
Now
people
we're all
again.
one people again.
Yeah. And that's the same time. So 2003 was when that happened, and now the end of the calendar in 2012, December. Let's see, it's December 21st, 2012 is the end of the Mayan calendar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
That's
pretty neat
a
how
great
it's
story.
yeah.
Pretty neat, eh? I pause that. You know, like ani neke separation stories ni因为ani dene yega here. A tells ni data ni Navajo dene. Kuna hin dene you know, dok elosi etla dunon de la dat ihon nizi. Which I've got, and you know, which I've gotten. Yep. Bonaria. You know, Edre. Which one? Da, 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 da. Yamoreya. Dene Yati tenenozi. Eide. Eide. Hanai Deladi. You know, and Anezade, it went north. So it's interesting. Both videos from the Tut in a nation from Bibase Sika Hatsanizu. Bet Atenatio, that's how they say. I want to show you guys another video. Deleneoti. Let me know if you understand them. And Yamoreya Hulye. Hulniasa. I'm gonna hide my Yamoreya. So I've got a bunch of recorded ones. Morris Neyeli Hulye. Just see if you can understand. Yeah, so today is our second recording. I know I asked you to share in Satu Yati couple stories that we can record, and I can add it to the episode. I'm just gonna skip ahead because I don't like to listen to myself sometimes. So Satut in it is under Satuyati. Let me know if you can understand them. It's very interesting. I'm not going to show all of it because I'm still working on that project. But Nohayatia is very, specific to the region. And Kontia, Morris, I'm gonna invite him next week. Nohalyaltia. Did I prophet deli nano hatsini, prophecies, Dennis Uslina Deadly Toriunka. So Eiga Hulnislia. And next weekday, yeah, I've been telling him next week to her, see, because sorry, there no lie, with the COVID. Do eschene, they are seen either. But next weekday, tune in. Got a couple guests lined up, so hopefully they show up. It really I don't like it. I mean, good thing I messaged him and I apologize and that, but it's not only me. Dennis, they want to learn about people, and so it's all good. We'll get past it, and Thursday day, not Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. I'll have another guest for you guys. It'll be 7 o'clock for sure. Just tune in at 7. Gabi, Gabi, 1 o'clock. I'm just gonna have all that, whatever, however long it takes. Mental health going ST. At 1 o'clock, Ron Desjardins, I believe, is gonna join me. Anybody else that wants to join me, Gabi, 1 o'clock, message me. Or just tell all your cousins and tune in and have a conversation. And during Konisiga today, it's a safe space. Dene Konisia Basade, just want you guys to be comfortable. There's no swearing or none of that. No shaming, no guilting, So, yeah, I'm gonna finish her off there. It's always good to improvise, have something for the people. Dene susline o genot daisy no hanene. Get out there and funa record a show. Put YouTube content dena de yoltia. At DC genot daisy, just get a ring light, record, put it on YouTube. Just fill it up. Dene do tliste. Even TikTok. Just everywhere. This weekend, hopefully, we reached out to them, Nintelas to a hockey tournament, to see if it can, they would hire us to bring it live to everybody. Nathan Chuyers, it's any, at the beginning. That's what we do. So if you want to ask, I got any questions about any of that stuff, you can reach out to Dene Yati podcast at gmail.com or Nathan Arias, Facebook. That's Nathan Arias, or Willis Janvier. And then if you just got any questions about, what we can do, what kind of event you can bring it, and the price. So let us know. As long as there's a road there, we can get there, and as long as there's internet, we can make it happen. That's all we need. Cell service. So with that, masi choner hosia salotina do na sahal huntadu. Yeah, it's always good. No hayet out, and people comment that, yeah, and go and share. Go and share. Tell your cousins I see. Follow the page. Hit that follow button. My goal one day is to get to 10,000. And then YouTube gets subscribed to my channel. Subscribe to the channel. YouTube account. No, it's in it. Just hit that subscribe button. So with that, masicho, dun tedega teu tesu. We'll see you all tomorrow afternoon, 1:00 p.m. See Willis Janvier Hushe Nintelas Tours in Lalash, Saskatchewan. Clearwater River Dene Nation band member at the Esliwan Daduns and Treaty 4 territories, Alhuntati Danadli Masicho Ho.